Hey, what's going on, guys? Sebastian Castillo here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I help people become the best versions of themselves and get out of the cycle of self-sabotage. The topic of today's video is the idea of the sunk cost fallacy. Now, maybe you don't know what that is. In brief, it simply means whatever time, energy, attention, or resources that you put towards something and didn't get the result you wanted, that's a sunk cost. That's not something that you can recover. You can't get yesterday back, you can't get last year back, nothing like that. And I feel like this trips a lot of guys up when they've been trying to achieve something for a really long time and they still don't have it. And then they look at all the time, the money, the energy, the focus, the attention that they put into it, and they think to themselves, well, if I haven't achieved it by now, then maybe I should just throw in the towel. Maybe it's just not meant for me. By the way, you should check this out. I'm here in a nice forest here in Guadalajara. It's quite big. It's quite expansive. There's a whole other area with like a castle and a Japanese garden, but it's full of people here, so I figured I'd come over to this side and make the video in peace. And shocker, right? Mexico isn't just beaches and desert. I mean, if I didn't know I was in Mexico right now, you could tell me I was in Vancouver and I wouldn't know the difference. That's where I'm from. Anyways, the reason I'm talking about this today is because today I was in the gym. I'd recently signed up here after moving to Guadalajara, and I was thinking to myself, I've been working out consistently and very diligently for over a decade. I'm 29 now, and I started when I was just around 16. Now, I really didn't have any idea what the hell I was doing, and up until recently, I still really didn't. Plus, I was dependent on my parents for making me food and buying me food. It wasn't until recently, being a young man who's independent now, that I clued in, oh shit, if I really want to grow, then I need to do things differently. Right? You really have only a few options. Okay, in my case here, it's getting bigger, getting more muscular, and working out. For you, it could be starting a business. It could be getting better at dating. It could be losing weight. It could be whatever goal you have in mind. You really only have three options if we boil it down. One, give up. Accept that it's never going to be for you. Imagine that it's not in the cards. God hates you, whatever it is, right? Pretty grim reality. The second is to just keep doing exactly what you are doing, which, if you're not in a bad position, it's not a bad option, but it's not ideal either. So the only real way to progress, if you really care about achieving whatever it is, and you're not willing to give up, is to try something different, is to get really critical about what you've done, what you haven't done, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. Be honest about it, and be honest about it. And come to the terms that, all right, I need to humble myself. I need to go out and look for a better way. Maybe I actually need to talk to some people who have what I want and put my own ego aside, even if they tell me, hey, if you want this, just do X, Y, and Z. Problem is, a lot of people hear that and they think, do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, sounds good, but I'm just going to do A, B, and C instead. Well, if that person achieved what you want, then you might as well just give it a shot. Doesn't mean you have to do it that way forever, but you can give it a go. You can give it a solid 3-6 months, a year of doing everything the way that they tell you to do it. And if it doesn't work, then there's your sunk cost. But at the end of the day, you still learned something. You still learned that way didn't work for you, even though this person you were speaking to claimed it worked for them. So it's a journey. And believe me, guys, I get fed up with this stuff all the time. I was watching a video yesterday of some dude who's living over in Miami. He says he's 20 years old and he's doing $50K a month in his fitness coaching business, which, people can claim whenever they want on the internet. I mean, if it was that easy for people to make $50K a month and make money online doing fitness coaching, then I think a lot more people would be doing it. I suspect the dude was using some kind of enhancement to make his body look better and then make himself more marketable. But the bottom line is, there are people out there who are lapping you. There are people out there who achieved what you want to achieve, and they did it way earlier. And they've been enjoying that for years and years and years. They've moved on, and they've got bigger fish to fry. And you're still stuck running in circles, trying to figure this thing out, bashing your head against the wall, thinking, oh, if I just go harder, if I just do this and that. Sometimes it makes sense to just take a step back, relax, clear your head, get out in nature, take a deep breath, and then say, you know what? I'm just going to let the answers come to me. I'm just going to do something different. Whatever I was doing before, I'm going to do the opposite, or I'm going to do something that is not that. And I'm going to see what happens. Because if you don't have resources available so that you can speak to an expert or even take a course or read a book or whatever, at least you have the internet. At least you can look that up. But even more importantly, you have yourself. You can sit down alone in the forest, in your room, wherever, turn your phone off for a half an hour, an hour, maybe bring out a notepad and a pen and just think to yourself. Think through the problem. Ask yourself why something is the way it is. Ask yourself, okay, in a scenario where I win, where I get what I'm trying to achieve, how did I do that? How can I reverse engineer it? What did I do differently? And you'd be surprised at the answers that you can come up with. And the whole point of this, coming full circle now, is to avoid those sunk costs, is to minimize them as much as possible. Because let's be real, on any kind of pursuit, any mastery that you're looking to achieve, anything that you're trying to do that's out of the ordinary, like building a successful online brand or business, or getting in incredible shape, doing exceptionally well in dating with women, whatever it is, becoming a well-known artist on Instagram, being able to sell your drawings or your sculptures, whatever it is, losing weight, again, whatever. There's going to be some sunk costs. There's going to be a learning curve. Some people start with more advantages than others. Some people have more natural talent than others do. But at the end, I can't even talk. At the end of the day, how bad do you want it? Are you going to give up? Are you okay going another 5 years not getting this? 10 years? Are you okay being on your deathbed looking back and thinking, yeah, I gave up on that dream. I gave up on making the online business thing work, and I just got a 9-to-5. I gave up on getting incredibly in shape, and I just thought, well, I don't have to be in shape. People will like me no matter what. I can just stay lean-ish. What's acceptable to you? For real, just be honest with yourself. Don't feel like you have to go out and do all of these things because all these social media influencers and all these other people are writing this narrative, or you're surrounded by people who make you feel like you have to do that stuff. It's not for everyone. But if you're hearing this and that actually kind of pisses you off, then maybe it is for you. It pissed me off when I heard it because I didn't want anyone telling me that shit. I didn't want anyone even putting the idea in my head that, oh, Sebastian, maybe you're just not cut out for this. Maybe you're just not good at business. Maybe you're just not good at sales. Maybe you're just never going to be able to go out with the 9s and 10s. Maybe it just is what it is. It's getting super windy right now. Don't accept that. Don't accept being less than what you know you could be. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever kind of hole you're in, just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I don't want it to sound super cheesy. But if you just get creative, if you take time alone, you really get serious about looking for other avenues, you can figure it out. Even if you go and tell other people, I'd recommend you don't do that, but you tell other people, hey, I want to do 50K a month. I want to do 100K a month. Hey, I want to have 3 girlfriends that I'm going out with, and they all really love me. They all want to spend time with me. They treat me incredibly well. Most normal people would consider that to be unattainable. They don't even try. At the very least, if you're trying, you're doing more and you're learning more than the people who already gave up before they even began. So, make it happen. Don't accept anything less than what you know you can be. Take care.